What's up everyone, Michael here with a vlog slash channel update thing. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these, especially one with like relevant info and actual changes going on, but basically at the end of 2017 I actually did a nice little overview sort of video. I don't really have a topic this year because last time they had the whole YouTube changes. This time I don't really have a topic to talk about it, so I'm mostly going to be talking about, you know, what I want to do for 2019 and how I did in 2018. Not in that order. First we're going to talk about how I did in 2018 and then talk about what I'm going to change. But yeah, basically I actually have a few changes I'm going to be making this year, and I don't know how long they'll last. You know, everyone pretty much knows me by this point that basically I just like to change things whenever I want and just kind of do things willy-nilly because, you know, I'm a creative and that's kind of what I like to do. If I don't like something, I end up changing it, and normally for the better, sometimes not so much, but then I end up changing it in a way that is for the better. That's the entire goal of everything. So I kind of want to take some time, reflect on 2018, which honestly for me wasn't a great year, and then just kind of reflect on how I want to do for 2019 and talk about some content changes. And oh my god, I ended up dying. That sucked. So yeah, game in the background also is Blue Revolver. I believe it's called Blue Revolver. I hope it is. It's a really fun freaking shmup that I've been playing quite a bit. I picked it up at the end of last year, and so I've been playing it since then, and it's a nice little game to sit down and score attack with. Probably my score attack game of last year, even though it released way back in like 2016 or 2015, I think. Originally an arcade game. Anyways, I've talked way too much about it. Let's go ahead and actually talk about how I did in 2018, because for me, I mentioned this in my top 5 games of 2018 video, but ultimately 2018 wasn't a great year for me. Just like not only on like a personal level, but also for like gaming and stuff like that. Like I didn't like all the drama that was going on and the forced diversity type of stuff going on right now, and all the controversies just constantly popping up is just really annoying. And, you know, gaming is one of those places to where I go to kind of escape all of that, and so seeing it kind of bleed into gaming and kind of infect it from the inside is just super unfortunate. So I spent a lot of time just kind of ignoring a lot of stuff, and that kind of carries over to like my personal life as well, and I think that that sort of affected a lot of the content I was making as well. Not necessarily the quality of the content I did put out, because, you know, basically if I don't make a good video, I don't release it, basically. If I don't like the quality of a video that I make, it never sees the light of day, and I have like 12 videos I was trying to work on over the last few months that probably will never see the light of day just because I didn't like them. I've been trying out a lot of different things to kind of change up things for 2019, and so that really hasn't been it, but that did mean that I did release a lot less videos near the end of 2018 as these things started to get to me more and more. And even on a personal level, I started to feel really just kind of discouraged in a lot of places, and so basically I've been working on trying to fix that, of course, and it obviously takes some time to do that, and you got to figure out what's wrong and everything. Psychology is really freaking difficult, especially when you're self-analyzing and stuff, so not necessarily sure what's wrong, and basically I'm trying to fix that. And in 2018, I think the main issue was that I ended up losing a lot of friends, and basically just ended up losing a lot of people to talk to and interact with, and so that was just kind of an unfortunate reality. That said though, as far as the channel goes, 2018 wasn't the worst. I would say it was actually technically not as much growth as I saw in 2017. And that just comes down to the fact that I just didn't make as many videos. But it was a very slight, and what we did see is a lot more interactivity and a lot more viewership and watch time and stuff like that. All the things that YouTube loves, basically. So with YouTube kind of switching up all their kind of algorithms and changing their partnership program and stuff, we ended up seeing my channel get hit pretty dang hard, especially near the beginning of the year, to where basically videos that are not already popular will not be popular ever, which is kind of unfortunate. And so a lot of videos that would have ended up getting more traction in 2017 just didn't get the traction that it needed, which meant that basically I just didn't end up doing as well in 2018 when it comes down to growth, because not as many people were seeing it. However, people have been enjoying my videos a lot more. I've been getting a lot more likes and subscriber counts and things like that on certain videos, and even though I released less videos in 2018, the videos that did release ended up performing on average quite a bit better than on average for 2017. And you could say that's mostly because I just wasn't releasing as many videos. Oh my god, I haven't played this far yet. Anyways, you could say that's just because I've been releasing less videos, and therefore, oh, of course, you know, you don't have all the Let's Plays and things like that that don't perform particularly well, but I don't think that's actually the case. I think I released more Let's Play stuff in 2018 than I did in 2017. And so I think it's just ultimately my videos have gotten better, and I think that the people finding my videos are more relevant. So basically, you know, people that are searching for reviews, they find reviews, and one thing that YouTube actually added in middle of 2017, but it ended up being more prominent in 2018, was actually the ability to see your impressions and the click-through rates on those impressions. And so basically in search results and stuff like that, I have a 10% click-through rate, which means that when people want to find my content, if I show up in the search results, oh Jesus, I don't even, oh, game over. Well, that was expected. I didn't expect myself to last long. But that meant once people actually see my videos, they do click on it. And so the main problem there is just self-promotion and trying to get found and everything like that. And I think I can fix that. No, I don't want to save it. Sure. Update it to the leaderboards. My crappy score in this game. I am not very good at this game, unfortunately. I wish I was, but I'm not. But yeah, so basically, I kind of want to like help trying to change that. And that's going to go into some of my changes and stuff like that. And make my thumbnails a little bit more interesting and stuff like that. So the first thing I ended up implementing in 2019 was obviously we're going to play her this time, is the new thumbnails and new branding and stuff like that. I'm still in the process of I'm going to try this one. I've never tried it before. And then we're going to use the laser because it's awesome. Anyways, yeah, so basically new branding changes. This is the first thing that kind of goes into 2019, is it's already gone into effect. You actually saw the first video that actually had it was my top 5 for 2018 video. So basically all those sort of games and stuff like that, and all my thumbnails are going to be changing. Some of my intro stuff is changing a little bit. The animations and stuff like that are changing. And the way I'm trying to do outros is changing. I do have a few other changes that are going to be mostly aesthetic and end up going towards my website as well, which if nobody's actually looked at my website, I actually updated it quite a while ago, and it's actually integrated with a new blog and stuff like that I'm updating at least once a month. So if you're interested in that, this is actually going to go up with a blog post as well. And that kind of goes into some of these changes as well. But yeah, most of it's pretty just, some graphical changes and stuff like that, and making it so the thumbnails are easier to read. I'm going to focus more and more on the text and heavy backgrounds and allow myself to do a little bit more creative edits. The color bands on the sides are basically being removed, and the reason for that is that back when I actually originally made that in 2016, the bands were actually because of mobile. Mobile was a huge growing platform at the time, and on mobile, for everything on YouTube, everything shows up in squares. And this is still true on most platforms. Like, let's say on I think Twitter finally made it so that it is a proper aspect ratio, but on stuff like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, if I post any of them, then it's all going to show up in a square. And so that was the whole idea, was to use that extra space on the sides and just kind of give myself a limiting space and use it as some solid color to save on file space, because you can only upload on like Twitch, for example, it can only be 1 megabyte. On YouTube, it can only be 2 megabytes. And so it was to kind of save on space for the file size, and then to try and also give it a nice little splash and look for the, oh wow, I ran straight into that. Give it a nice splash for the kind of suggested section, so when people are looking at it on the side, they're like, oh hey, and a nice splash of color. I'm changing that. I'm just removing it, and I'm going to focus on, for like stuff like Let's Plays and stuff like reviews, I want to do a few more minor edits in the background, just make things look a little bit more interesting. I did end up changing up some of my algorithms and stuff like that for what I'm actually using to make my thumbnails, and so the file size shouldn't be all that much of a big deal, hopefully. But yeah, so for the most part, I'm just changing it. It's just a little bit smaller. You can obviously see it on this video and the other videos I've been releasing recently if you want to see what it looks like. But yeah, it ain't too bad. And I actually like it quite a bit more. It's also a lot more readable on the smaller thumbnail size. One of the things that I'm focusing on, again, is getting people to look at my thumbnail, be able to recognize what it is, and be like, all right, cool, I want to see that video. And so that's kind of where this is going into, and it plays into like social media platforms and stuff like that, like Twitter and stuff. So that's basically what those changes are about. So you'll notice the text is a little bit clearer, a little bit bigger. I'm removing the colors, which was a stupid idea to begin with, but I kind of liked it, and I wanted to try it, but I didn't like it, so it's getting removed. So now there's just like a faint color on everything, and then it's just solid text, and that's mostly what we're going to be focusing on for most thumbnails. Let's Plays and things like that will end up having some other stuff, as well as some of the new content stuff that I'm introducing in the future. That covers pretty much most of that. Other types of stuff, the new focus and stuff like that, I'm going to focus a lot less on trying to do a schedule. Like, screw that. I'm done with that. So I'm just releasing videos whenever the hell I want. I want to release at least 2 videos a week, but it probably won't happen. We'll see what happens. It just depends on how busy I am and what I'm working on. I am going to be focusing a lot more on game development and that type of artistic stuff. And so I'm going to be doing a lot more illustrations. I'm getting back into doing sketches every single day. And so today I was working on my Argia poster. So I'll be having stuff about that later on in my blog. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check the link in the description for my website at michaelpstanich.com, and you can end up looking at my blog for that. I do have some new video stuff coming out as well. Wow, this video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I apologize for that. I was expecting this to be like 10 minutes, and I'm way over that. But yeah, so I do have some new video types of stuff coming out, and so one of the things I'm going to be focusing on is just for fun type videos, which are, I've actually tried them in the past, and I think I've actually nailed down some styles and stuff like that I'm going to go to. So I'm going to go back, and I never released them, but I'm going to go back and revamp some of the videos that I ended up doing back in the day, back in early 2017, I think is when I worked on this one. But like for Sonic Riders, I ended up doing ones where basically it's basically Let's Play stuff, but it's like very scripted, but also not scripted. It's hard to explain, but basically I'll be doing a lot of cuts and trying that out and just trying to like basically make fun of the game, and that's pretty much where that's going. It's just for fun type of stuff, and I like editing and I like doing fun creative stuff, and so basically that's what that's going to be. And I have no idea what I'm going to call it in the series or anything like that, and I probably won't have a name for it. It's just stuff that I'm going to be doing for fun, and so those will pop up more and more often, and just some more animation stuff might pop up as well if I end up finishing any of it. So just expect some random content here and there. I've always kind of done that in the past. I've always liked to try things out, but in 2017, which is where I had a lot of growth, and in 2018, I didn't do a whole lot of it. And so basically I just want to get back into doing more of it and just having more fun with that type of stuff. Because quite frankly, there was a lot of times, especially in 2018, talking about the whole, 2018 not going so well, I kind of lacked on doing a lot of creative stuff, and I sort of just focused on certain things that just weren't fun, I guess, in a lot of ways. Oh my god, I can't beat this. Not while I'm talking anyways. I am beating my high score though and getting to the bottom of this thing. That's great. So yeah, basically that's gonna go in. What else is new? Oh yeah, and I might potentially do some top 5 videos. I haven't decided whether I'm going to or not, but I've done some editing for 4 different videos for that, and so I may or may not release those. Those may or may not show up. But basically think of it like my top 5 for 2018 video. Basically it's going to be that sort of vein stuff. So if you like that type of stuff, look forward to it. I'll have at least one of them releasing, because one of them is basically done. I just need to edit it and put it together, although I may end up re-recording it and re-scripting it, because I didn't like how everything went about it, so I might try and adjust some of that. I didn't really like the follow, so I'm going to try power again. Actually, no. Let's go back. There we go. We'll do wide. Yeah, and then we'll try the arcs. So yeah, that's what's new. Stuff that's changing, or stuff that's staying the same, I should probably say. I should probably say exactly. I should have said that forever ago. Basically, impressions, reviews, checking out, the overview videos, and the topic videos, those are all staying, and they're all going to be exactly the same. Basically, I am changing up the outros a little bit, like I said, so the outros are going to be a little bit quicker now, and I'm changing up the sort of focus and the way that I present them. And so I'll be like, oh, like, comment, and subscribe, all that type of stuff, because basically the reason why we do that is because people legitimately forget, and it actually helps. And so, my viewership is actually, I was talking about 2018 and everything, my viewership of people actually watching to the end of the video has increased drastically, and so I think that kind of trying to improve those outros is a good point for me to focus. And I know that at this point that's probably going to sound very, business oriented or whatever, but the reality is, it actually helps people find stuff that they want, and I like people being able to watch my stuff, and so being able to make those better. And I also like to, at the end of my outros, for people that don't check them out, I like to put on little jokes and things like that, and I want people to be able to see them and have some fun with them, and I just like making people smile, and I feel like those are a chance to make people smile as well. And so just putting those in and making the outros better might actually help with that. So basically outros are going to be a little bit shorter than they usually are. I'm going to try and keep commentary out, and I'm not going to show up the little end slate thing that I have until basically the last 20 seconds, to where YouTube would show up the end slate, and I'll have a little bit of dead space at the end of it, just that has no commentary, so that people can look at those videos and types of stuff without me talking and then ending the video abruptly, unless it's for comedy purposes, in which case I'll still do it just because it's funny. So I don't know, obviously creative type of stuff, I'll end up figuring it out. But yeah, so outros will be a little bit shorter, but that also means that the relevant content won't be missed by more people, which I think is good. Obviously, I'm going to try and also make my videos a little bit shorter in certain cases, basically make sure that videos are only as long as they need to be. Basically, if I run out of relevant things to say, I need to end the video, and I've been kind of bad at that when it comes down to topic videos. In fact, one of the recent ones that I recorded, I feel like I did that a little bit, but when I was editing it, it wasn't too bad, so I didn't re-record it or anything like that. Oh my god, I am dying nonstop. I am terrible at this game. I really need some practice. So yeah. And then obviously Let's Plays are staying as well, which I don't do them very often, but I'll be trying to do more collabs and stuff in the future. Same thing with live streams. So I want to try doing some live streams with people and stuff like that if I ever end up getting the time for it, which I never do. I always say that I'll do live streams and I never do. So I don't know. One of the videos I was actually going to do, I was going to do it as a live stream, and then my live stream setup's not really working right now. My internet's all botched this week, so I'm not really going to be able to do that, so that's not going to come out either. But I'll be checking out the Resident Evil one-shot demo thing that's out right now, the Resident Evil 2 remake or whatever. So that'll be fun. I am not a good person inside horror games, so we'll see how that ends up going. Yeah, and I'm gonna try out face cam for that video, just as a tester thing, which probably won't stay. I've never really liked doing face cams, but we'll see how it goes. I just want to try it and see how it ends up going. So if you're not a fan of face cams, feel free to skip that one, but we'll see how it goes. It won't be a constant thing. Most videos, I will not do face cams, like reviews and things like that. Face cam's completely useless. I'll never do them. What else is changing? Changing stuff. Okay, so I talked about live streams. I'm going to be trying to do those a little bit. Like, again, I'm going to try to do some collaboration stuff. So I'm going to be trying to do that again. I ignored it in 2018. I said specifically in 2018 that I wasn't going to do anymore. And then by the end of 2018, I was doing more. So I just enjoy doing it. I love working with people and, you know, getting new takes on things and just having fun with it. I think it's fun. And so, yeah, and my youngest sister wants to join in and that type of stuff as well. We tried recording one, and then it ended up getting cut off short. So that never ended up releasing. But you know, it's just kind of fun and just kind of screw around with that type of stuff. It's just a fun thing to do. I didn't even get as far as last time. Jesus Christ, I'm awful. I didn't even get my own score this time. For shame. There is an infinite mode I can unlock. I should probably try to unlock that real quick. Design view is also changing. So design view is going to be kind of reworked a little bit. So I'm still going to be doing the kind of design focused, like, development stuff that I was doing in the past, but I want to unlock this. Can I unlock? Oh, 4,500. That's a lot to unlock it. I haven't unlocked it. Scrap option, experimental weapon. Ooh, I haven't looked at all the unlocks for this. It looks like mostly just non-gameplay stuff, but there is infinite mode. How do I back? There we go. Sorry, the X button is to back, not B. That confused me. Anyways, going back onto it. Yeah, so basically design view is going to be changed. I noticed that people really like when I do tutorials type stuff, and so I might try and do more of that. I think I'm going to focus on doing more of that. The hacking is getting removed. Talking about stuff that's getting removed. The hacking is just done. I only released one video in it, but basically it was essentially what the new design view is going to be, to where basically in those types of videos, for example, I did the 60 FPS patch for Phantasy Star Portable 2. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. But basically I talked about how to apply the patch, and then I talked about how I found the patch. I think I'm going to be shortening that type of stuff up, doing more summarization and talking about the general ideas behind those types of hacks and explaining how the hack works. But of course, starting it off with obviously the hack. I do work on several hacks and things like that, and I do work on several mods, and so I think I'm going to be doing more and more of those. I might try to do some mod videos on Skyrim and stuff like that. Not sure. So we'll see. So stuff like, you know, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Starbound. I might do Starbound. I don't know. I don't really like mods in Starbound because Starbound's a very chill game for me. So mods are just kind of a little too much for me at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I might try to do some mod videos. But those are mostly going to go into, like, the stuff that I make is going to go into design view, and that's mostly where design view is going to be focusing. So I'll be doing more tutorial type stuff. I'll be explaining how things work. People have asked me about making thumbnails and making videos and how do I polish up audio, which I don't think my audio is great. I do a lot of popping because just the way I talk is very aggressive in some sense, and so I end up getting a lot of popping in my videos. So I can talk about how you could eliminate that, but I don't do it. But yeah, so I might do a few more of those and stuff like that, and just make it more of a general series rather than these only doing the in-depth sort of game design type of stuff I did in the past. Even though I like those and I still want to do those every once in a while, they take a huge amount of time and resources to end up doing. Dang it. And not very many people watch them. I got a positive response on them, and I actually got a developer response when somebody was working on one of their projects, and they're like, that is freaking awesome that you mentioned this, and it actually made me rethink some of the stuff I was doing, which that was super cool. So yeah, that's super cool to see, and I still want to do all that stuff. It just takes so much time to do them, and it's hard. And then the Broken Chat Box podcast is done. I'm just done with it, quite frankly. Unless I can find people to work with to where I can actually get them consistently, and I've been working with them consistently for a long period of time, I'm just going to give up on doing a podcast. I don't think that I have anywhere near the type of schedule to where I can end up doing a podcast consistently, and I just cannot get people to show up consistently for them. And if I'm going to do solo stuff, like I mentioned this back when I did the overhaul of the Broken Chat Box last year, is that basically if I'm going to do the video solo, dang it, I may as well do some other format that works better, that isn't live streamed and isn't in a podcast, and I just end up doing it like this one. Just, it would basically be a vlog type of thing, or a topic video or something along those lines. And, you know, the Broken Chat Box was basically trying to cannibalize that, but basically go into such a way that it was with other people. That was the entire idea. It was an idea to try and collaborate with more people in a more structured way and find some regulars to work with, and that just... apparently that just doesn't work out for me, so that's how that's going. On a positive note, I have been streaming with certain people every Saturday at the moment, and so that's been pretty fun. We haven't done it recently. I've been working Saturdays, and so I haven't been there, and then basically they've been canceling on me over the last few weeks as well, so I don't know if that'll end up continuing, but that's been really fun. But I want to try and make that a regular thing, and that's probably going to end up replacing the Broken Chat Box podcast, quite frankly, in the future, so do look forward to that. The Broken Chat Box, though, into the Discord stuff. The Discord is going to be getting a big overhaul the next few days. I haven't gotten time to work on it yet, but we're basically going to be switching up everything. We're basically going to scrap basically everything that's on the channel at the moment and basically just remaking it and just trying to get a new focus. I think I'm just screwed over on this game. Jesus criminy Christ. I am awful at this game while talking. I was doing so much better when I was playing this not talking. Well, my high scores don't reflect that, so I guess I shouldn't say that. Anyways, yeah, so basically the Broken Chat Box is going to be getting a nice little overhaul. So we'll be swapping up some of the things about that. The main focus is we want to try and make it more of, you know, a place that you can end up finding a place to play games with people and stuff like that. And we want to get more interactivity with it because we've kind of run into a situation to where it just, we're not getting a lot of interactivity. It's basically just, you know, every once in a while somebody will show up from one of my mods or one of my videos and say stuff, and that's pretty much it. So we want to make it more of an active place, and this will end up going into my mods and game development stuff as well, because kind of going on beyond YouTube, because that's basically all that's changing with YouTube is, you know, actually that's quite a bit changing with YouTube when it comes down to YouTube changes, but, you know, I'm going to be focusing more on just trying to make more quality content, not really worry about it. Also, one thing I want to do, and I didn't really mention this, is I want it to be a lot less stressful. I don't want to focus on scheduling. I don't want to focus on how well videos are doing. I just want to go back to just making videos because I want to. And I mean, that's how I've always done things, but I will admit that in 2018, I did stress out a little bit about trying to grow and trying to kind of counter the YouTube changes that ended up happening that kind of really, really hurt channels like mine. So, you know, I did kind of like stress out and I was like, well, that's going to kill my channel. That's it. And I just like almost wanted to give up for it. And that was a bad way to look at it. And I did try to, you know, stay uplift and try to change things, and then those changes didn't work, and I was very negative about it. So I want to avoid doing that, obviously. And that's just general personal life stuff as well. Just be less negative overall. Because in the past, I've been fairly negative in certain aspects, although I am generally a positive person, and I like to look at how things can improve. People have said that I do have a tendency to be negative when it comes down to my own styles of work, and I over-criticize myself a lot. So I want to try and do that less this year. But talking about mods and game development stuff, game development will be getting a huge shift this year. So I have been doing quite a bit of it last year. I'll admit over in January and the end of December, I've kind of been slacking off a little bit. I wasn't working on my game project every day like I've been trying to. And so basically, Crystal Grimoire Heart of Eternity is my current project. And I do have a prototype building for a game called Akibashi, which is currently just the project name. So don't expect that to be the finalized name. But basically, I'm working on that prototype over this next few months, and then I'll be working on Crystal Grimoire Heart of Eternity every single day. So that's the game development stuff. I won't have a playable demo out for quite a while, but as soon as we have a playable demo, you can follow the Discord for updates and stuff like that. That'll be part of the overhauls. We'll have a big focus on Crystal Grimoire and other community projects. So if anybody wants to like start running projects and things like that and start promoting them, we also want to have a space for that. We want it to be a cool community place to where everyone's chatting and sharing things. And so that's going to be another huge focus on that. And then, oh my God, I am doing worse and worse as time goes on. Oh man, that's awful. And then as far as mods go, basically nothing's really changing there for the most part. I do want to try putting them on my website. So like mods and hacks and things are getting a dedicated spot on my website. I already have one for mods and hacks. So basically that spot is going to be expanding, and I'm going to be working on trying to make it easier to navigate and stuff like that. Because currently I only have 3 on there, I believe. I have my my most popular mods for Fallout 4 and then Skyrim. And then I have the 60 FPS hack for PSO2, or not PSO2, Phantasy Star Portable 2, so PSP 2. And so basically I want to expand that. I want to start, adding in the other types of stuff. I want to start doing, not walkthrough things, but like kind of cheat overviews, or trying to like make it so that you could look there to try and figure out how to make cheats and do like little overviews for that, because, again, I've done hacks and things like that. And so I want to try and share that knowledge. So that new section will end up carrying more and more of that. That doesn't really go into the development type of stuff. I will be slowing down development on most of my mod projects, but I want to be releasing more mod projects that I've done in the past. Like I have a lot of private projects, or projects that are released on like a forum somewhere and just haven't really released in a big way. And so that will be on my website. So if you're interested in that, check out my website. And my website's going to be getting a lot bigger of a focus on a lot of this type of stuff. So if you're interested in any of my work that isn't just YouTube, then check out my website, because my website will have all of that. So do check that out. And I am doing an at least monthly blog post, which just will have a blog post as well. Also, I forgot to mention this about the YouTube thing, but I am uploading. I'm going back to uploading all of my stuff over to Twitch as well as standard videos. So if you're interested in not following on YouTube, but you want to follow on Twitch, you can check out all my videos on there. I'm currently doing the backlog. It will be about a video a day at the moment, but I'm trying to get it down to 2 videos a day. It just takes forever to upload to Twitch, quite frankly, because YouTube's much quicker. But yeah, so I'm doing that. So everything right now is archived videos, and it says archived in the date that it originally released at. I'm only doing the relevant videos, so stuff like reviews and things like that. So it's not going to take too long to catch up, because I'll be honest, I haven't released that many reviews, unfortunately. But yeah, and that's a long ass video. That is a super, super long freaking video about what I'm going to be changing for 2019. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Man, I did a lot of talking and played absolutely terrible in the background. Game in the background has been Blue Revolver. Excellent little shmup and stuff like that. I actually didn't play it until the beginning of this year. I played it like 2 weeks ago, I think is when I bought it. Or was it 3 weeks ago? It was like 2.5 weeks ago. Yeah, I love it. It's freaking fun, and I'm obviously pretty freaking terrible at it, but it is crazy fun, and I really, really enjoy it. It released forever ago back in arcades, and then it released on Steam in 2016, I believe. Or is it 2015? I can't remember now. It's been quite a while. Anyways, yeah, it's a fun little game. Yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, obviously. If you're watching this far into it, super thank you, because this is literally just talking about what I'm going to change, and I expect absolutely nobody to actually stay this far. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I've been really enjoying the new interactions and stuff like that. People have been hitting me up on Discord much more often and chatting with me on Twitter, and people have been sending me whenever a port goes wrong. They're like, hey, check out this terrible port. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not buying terrible ports. I'm buying good ports. And then I buy another Japanese game that's just absolutely ported terribly, and I'm like, oh, why did I buy this? That sort of thing. Yes, it's been fun to actually hear from you guys and stuff like that, and we're getting much more interactivity, which I think is a good sign for the future. So 2019 will be a good year, I hope. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this one. Not very often that I do these long form vlog update things, and this is way longer than I expected it to be. But yeah, and you can leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you have any suggestions that I could make for 2019, then go ahead and send them my way. And anything you want me to check out as well, make sure to send them down there, because I'm always looking for recommendations. I always mention this inside like my top 5 end of the year videos. I'm like, send me recommendations. And I legitimately mean that. Like, actually send me recommendations, because I want to find good games. I have so many games that I'm on my backlog that I need to check out, but I said I was going to make shorter outros, and now here I am just rambling. I am so sorry. Anyways, thank you, and I will peace out and see you guys in the next video. That outro made sense. Don't even judge me.